we get a little bit more up close and personal. So I wonder what he is going to pull in. Shark, though, going back to his roots. I know you remember back in those M3 days.
Yes.
The Lolita has been locked in. They're definitely digging deep in their bag for game number 4.
Like I said, we've been seeing Lolita slowly kind of creep back into the meta. I think it's a solid pick, especially up against something like a Lilia, up against what looks like C9 could try to bring. They could maybe try to bring a more clumped up composition here. Having something like a Lilia, having something like this Nolan and the Edith. We are about to come into bans here. I do want to take a quick note, Wheezy. You know, as the series have gone on, both of our faces have gotten shinier and shinier. The gloss of sweat is slowly building up, and I feel like
it's the glow.
Yeah, the glow is coming.
We're
We're both breaking a sweat during this series. I think as it goes on, we'll just be dripping by the end. So yeah, big shout out to that.
Florida. It's the Florida heat.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Yeah, you gotta love to see it. But I mean, hey, that's what happens when you have a great performance between two powerhouse teams. And they're definitely putting on a show today. Right now, 2-1. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better way for this series to go.
Are they gonna pick Hana?
But it's yet for BTK to tell the story. Are they gonna take this to game number 5? Are we gonna close it out with 4 games and Cloud9 claiming victorious? You know, we'll see. But we are looking at the lineup so far. Some great crowd control for the side of BTK. They got the Lolita, a comfort pick for sure on Shark. Then you also got the Phobias for Chicken. It's going to be the first time we get to see Chicken run this Phobias in this NACT fall regular season. Zane, though, on the Julian, we got to see him use that before, right? So maybe it'll work this time in his favor. There's a lot of frontline presence between those 3 heroes that they have for the side of BTK, which can get grouped up easily in some crowd control if they're not careful. Speaking of crowd control, though, there's not too much crowd control for the C9 side composition, but the Lilia is the problem, right? The Lilia not only can deal some massive damage over to the Phobias, but also to the Julian if he's not careful.
Most definitely, and with these bans coming in, we're wondering what Hoon's going to go to. They foresee a possible Fermis. Would have been a solid pick here. I was going to say Yeeve's still open. We saw Hoon pick it last time, but no. C9's like, no, not today, man. No Yeeve for you. Yeah, we're running out of options. Could definitely go for that Novaria, have some range. We saw that last week. But I think they want something maybe a bit more up close, something that can kind of sit in the box that they want to create with this Phobias and this Lolita. What's really out there, right? We're running options. We still have the Luyi. Luyi could be a possibility here. We saw Marcuti use it last time. Would give some nice angles paired up with this Lolita, so that's another possibility.
Yeah, I really am interested to see kind of how it plays out. I mean, the Eve was just banned out. I was going to say the Eve could be a combination, especially with that Nimeon Blast dropping down. But that has been taken off the table. They're definitely trying to focus in on Hoon now, trying to lock in and give him a little bit of a hard time closing out this draft. I'm liking what I'm seeing from both sides right now, though. I still got to see a little bit, possibly more crowd control from the side of Cloud9. I mean, they still can do that. I mean, you can run the Edith in the XP lane, still can be flexed into the roam position, which opens up a whole nother window of opportunity for the side of Cloud9. Speaking of opportunity, though, they're going to go ahead and lock in that show for some more additional crowd control. It's going to be single crowd control for the majority of it, though, with the way the Dragon for displacement. Speaking of displacement, though, a little bit of a surprise, at least for myself. Not the first time we've seen it in the NACT fall season. Oh my God! For the first time we've seen that in the NACT fall season.
What?
The Wan paired up with
Own mid?
Okay, this is interesting. I'm not counting it out at all. Like I said, we're in a very crazy meta right now. A lot of us are, you know, we saw Lolita Hanabi over in PH, so I'm not like saying this is bad. I do think the Wan, it's going to pair up well against. It's not going to have to suffer from the way of the dragon. It has a way to get away. Hoon has 2 options. You can jump onto the Wan or you can jump onto Zane here. This time BTK has some late game potential along with early game, so they're kind of making up for any problems they might have had in the last game. Basic though on the Beatrix.
Is he gonna carry this game?
You know, we haven't seen these marksmen in a while. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, haven't seen them for a while, but it doesn't mean they don't work, right? And that's what we're going to be looking at today. Can he get the crossbow of Tang off? Can he get those weakness points to be able to proc that in time before being shredded down? Basic going a little bit more of a safer option on this Beatrix, a jack of all trades, able to close the distance, but also able to fight from afar. Who has the answers? You know, we have to kind of ask that question, right? Zane on this Julian, best player on the Assassin. He profited on this Nolan earlier, he may be able to profit again. The Edith matchup, Chicken versus Nats, the Phobias. I love what I'm seeing, meta in the making, and a possible game winner here for the side of Cloud9, or a game 5 if BTK can close this one out.
Most definitely, and let's jump in to possibly the final game of this 4-point series. This is BTK up against Cloud9, and just a refresher, it's no best of 7, it's no best of 5. They're playing 4 games. If it ends up 2-2, they'll go to a 5th game just to see who the winner actually is. But if Cloud9 closes this out now, they leave with the lead. And there's a first blood!
Bro.
What? What is going on? Hoon falls this early in the game. A massive advantage over there for the side of Cloud9. We're not even 1 minute in and able to find that kill.
I'm going to tell you how it went right now. Cold World walked up, gave him a kick to the face. Mark Cutie came up with the broom and cleaned things up. That's how that fight went down right there.
Yeah, and right now, with them being bursted down, gives them a little bit of a slight edge. I mean, not a massive one, though. I feel like they still can turn this back around their favor. Hoon is running on this Angela, though, so he is going to be able to use that hard guard. He's able to keep the team alive and play with the utilities. I'm expecting the Ice Queen wand to be picked up so he can provide some additional slow on those hits for contact.
All right, so let's take a look. We've already got a kill over the side of Cloud9. Doesn't mean it's over. It's only a 300 gold lead. We do have the concussive blast on Shark. Gonna help out maybe a bit in these wave clear lanes. I mean, in clearing lane, but it's not gonna be anything huge like what we saw with the concussive blast Grok. I do want to see Hoon and Shark move around a bit more if they want to keep up. You're up against Cold World on Cho and Mark Cutie on Lilia, which is going to be intense in the early game. It's something you really want to push into the enemy side of the river with, and it's something that we know Cloud9 can do very well if they want to.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Turtle, but they're already making the engage. A lot of damage does come down onto Shark. Shark might be in a little bit of trouble, forced to back off. Best player, very low. Fried Chicken looking for the finish. Turtle gonna get reset here. Will BTK try to finish this off? Yes, Cloud9 gonna back off. Next first Turtle over the side of BTK. Very well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Able to get that turtle. No matter with Hoon falling, they were able to find that window of opportunity and capitalize on it. Now, we got to ask the question, does BTK take this to a game number 5? I love
What the fuck is happening, bro?
Yeah, you know what really makes this game so intense right now is it's not a grand finals, right? This isn't really for who the better team is overall. This is for trash talk and Discord channels. This is for interview.
This is for NA drama.
Yeah, this is for NA drama right here. This is for interviews that we can say, yeah, I told you it was going to be 3-1. Nats is looking for that 3-1. He said it the other day. He's got a lot on the line. We got Pride, we got Ego, we got Zia and Basic, both on normal gold laners right now. This is for all the marbles of the next couple weeks.
You know, Nats did say 3-1, and right now it's still possible for it to be 3-1. We'll find out right now, and Nats is standing on business in this game. Right now, though, BTK, I mean, with that turtle on their side, they do have a little bit of an advantage, so you can't count them out. Right now, I like their composition. It's different. It's not something we're used to seeing, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Ooh, good kill, though. Moba Zane able to find best player, catch him out of position. Ray the Dragon for the knockup. Zane taking some massive blows. Hard guard activated just in time to keep Zane alive. Zia will find Basic on the 1v1 matchup on the top side as well. They're getting everything they need. Cold World will fall next. Moba Zane in the middle with the enhanced chains will be able to shut him down and get back to safety.
Okay, we got a game here. We got a game. They're going back and forth. Even the fights, our Fried Chicken now getting involved as well. This is getting intense.
Yeah, intense is definitely the word I would use as well. Right now, BTK, their foot's on the gas. They're being very aggressive, and it's working, right? Able to take that turtle, able to possibly take this one as well. Nowhere to contest. Best player finding Zia. They're just shutting him down right there with the 2v1 matchup, but I guess that kind of makes up for Zia taking down Basic on the 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, and Zia gets a lot of gold plating there. Gold plates are now gone, so Basic can't get them. He tries to, but they disappear a little bit too fast. He may be able to get this tower, though, which can be huge. Shark gonna try to come out to help out. So at this point, BTK holding a bit of a lead, right? It's about 1,000. they do seem to have at least a little bit of control when it comes in terms of some of these team fights. Hoon, even though getting taken out early on, is able to make a big difference with these heart guards, and it's timed them very well. Taking a look at the items, I really want to focus on gold laners. Zia already get the corrosion siphon. His build is a little bit cheaper than basic. Basic picks up the vampiric mallet first, finishes out the boots, and that's going to make this BOD finish a little bit later, which means his power spike is going to come a little bit later compared to Zia's. So it's definitely an interesting dynamic in terms of build between these two gold laners.
Yeah, but he does have that quick attack speed, especially with those swift boots. Speaking of attack, though, both sides smelling blood in the water, but Hoon has the bigger shard. And that's very low. Mobazane able to take him down to find his 3rd kill of the game for Julian.
Yeah, BTK definitely have the spike in their hands right now. They're definitely in the lead. This doesn't mean Cloud9 is out just yet. They got to bide some time.
Oh, yo, he blocked the gloom with the shield, forcing Marcuti into the tier 2 turret, and down goes the mid turret. A well-timed decision and some great synergy from Bloodthirsty Kings to open up this map in their favor. Now have an opportunity to heavily invade the side of Cloud9 at the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, I got a feeling this Lolita's been kind of in the pocket for a bit. They've been waiting to use, oh, wait a second, best player in trouble.
Yeah, needs to get out of there, but Demonic Force for the shutdown. Best player finding his 2nd death of the game. Chicken finding his 2nd kill of the game to match it. Right now, just an excellent gameplay from the Bloodthirsty Kings. Not the same, so I guess kind of the same story from game number 2 or 3 though, right? We saw them in the lead, but then they kind of fumbled near the end. This time, can they keep that momentum? The way the Dragon with the knockup on his Zane hard guard to keep him alive. A good decision from Hoon, keeping Zane on his toes.
Yeah, I think that heart guard is going to be so clutch in dealing with the way of the Dragon, right? It's going to be so clutch in dealing with the pickoffs that Cloud9 wants to try to pull off. It is the perfect answer. And the big difference between this game and last game is last time BTK didn't have big late game insurance. This time they brought it in the form of a Wan and in the form of a Phoveus. They have answers, but mainly I think even as long as BTK holds a lead, they're winning. They're even winning in late game. They have a Wan who's gonna pop off eventually. It might take some time, but Zia's gonna be scary.
And that's not any 1-1, that's Zia's 1-1. And we know, I mean, time and time again in NACT, he thrives on this hero. Comfort pick that a lot of people have forgotten about, but he will quickly remind you, if you're not careful, picking up the corrosion side and the DSS for the additional slow and damage on top of that. Definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and he's going to get to that Trinity build so much faster because he doesn't have to buy boots, man. He doesn't have to buy boots. He's walking barefoot in the land of dawn right now, and he's okay with that. He's a fast-moving Wan. There goes another tower. They are shredding through Cloud9 like butter right now.
Look how fast Zia is moving right now. He is ready for the team fight. He is itching for some action, and now he's going to farm even quicker up against Cloud9. Basic, though, I mean, a little bit of a slow start on this Beatrix.
Oh, heart guard locked onto Zia. Zia's looking for the first kill of the game right here. Looking for the crossbow of Tang. Able to secure one.
He killed him too fast. He did get it. He was able to proc it if he wanted to, but he decided to just go in for the kill. Oh, speaking of kills, Onibiru's passion drops down. Both sides fighting it out. Zane able to find Cool World unstoppable. 5-0-0. A flawless gameplay for the Julian jungle.
And not to mention, Shark has taken not a death yet. 0-0-7, so able to get some gold on top of those runs. Oh! Oh, man.
Zane is not playing around right now. Able to find Marcuti. This is a one-sided story for game number 4. And you know what that smells like? A possible game number 5.
Yeah, not to mention Shark just got that Oracle locked in as well. That means more shields for yourself and the homies. Mobazane just locked in the Crystal. That means more damage for you and the homies. BTK just thriving right now. Feeling good. Let's take a look at the items once more. White Chicken also. We got Blade Armor. We got Radiant. We got the belt locked in early for big stackage. Lolita also with the Flask of the Oasis. Plus Flask of the Oasis on Hoon. I mean, we got shields all over the place. We got answers all over the place to deal with the pick-off potential that Cloud9 brought. And BTK is feeling it. The question is, can Cloud9 bring the big comeback like they brought last time?
Yeah, Basic down by 1.5k in gold. He just got the Blade of Despair, picks up another Legion sword, still holding on to those Swift Boots. Zane will be able to claim this lore for the Bloodthirsty Kings. They're down to what, their inhibitor turrets right now? I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're down to their inhibitor turrets right now for the side of Cloud9 at the 10-minute mark. Not even a Luminous Lord, but an opportunity for the Bloodthirsty Kings to take an inhibitor.
Yeah, so now Lord marching down. Do they break an inhibitor here, right? They do have Basic who should be able to help shred. They're going to melt down that Lord pretty quick. BTK didn't sync up lanes. Oh, World look for the kick.
Ooh, does drop down a lot of damage. Basic finding MOBA Zane. Ooh, demonic force from Chicken though, trying to find a possibility to avenge Zane. Not able to get it though, very low, needs to disengage. Zia was not able to find the crossbow Tang for that fight, but that's what you gotta keep an eye on. Speaking of keeping an eye on, 1v1, best player, Hoon.
If best player lost that.
Yeah.
If best player lost that 1v1 to an Angela, he would have never heard the end of it. He would have never heard the end of it, so good thing he won.
Yeah, they're keeping it spicy in the land of Dawn. I love the off-screen 1v1 matchup, because that's when the talk starts after the game. That's where everybody's gonna go back and remember. But right now, 9-4 for BTK, leading the way for game number 4.
All right, back to the items here. They are starting to build up, and, you know, BTK, this is where they messed up last game. They pushed a little bit too hard on those Lord pushes. They took a loss or two. They fell into the clutch of Cold World's big Way of the Dragon, and Cold World still has a nice combo with Basic. Last time it was the speedy light wheel Way of the Dragon. This time it's going to be the bombardment from Basic. It's going to be the sniper shot. It's going to be the big dam coming from Basic, and they got to be careful the way that they engage on this, because just like last time, Cloud9 still has great defense. You pile up the glooms, you use the big bombardment, the grenade bombardment. You have lots of answers to a Lord coming at you, and BTK can't just crash through the door.
Yeah, I mean, and Shark picking up this Lolita, he's been doing so good on it. Those placements with the Numion Blast, dropping that Bulwark Shield as well. But speaking of both sides, the Way the Dragon, hard guard right on MOBA Zane's cell. Hoon, not even gonna blink, knows when to go in and keep his team alive. And Chicken will punish Cold World on that engagement.
And this is what BTK needs to do, right? They need to find a pick before they get the big engage. Even if it's a response pick like that one, Cloud9 thought they had it, they weren't able to get it, and BTK responds by getting one of their own. And this is when BTK, I think, is really allowed to push in. Once they have one member down, but watch for Nats in the backside hiding out in this bush. Yeah, watch out for Nats in the bush. May be able to get a pick off, but spotted out by Fried Chicken, and quickly forced to use that flicker. Able to get back to the inhibitor in the nick of time. BTK now going to shift focus back into the jungle. They see the Lord is going to be spawning in the next 10 seconds, and they definitely don't want to overextend and make a costly mistake. All right, yeah, it's about a 7K gold lead, 6K gold lead for BTK right now. Lord is coming up. How does Cloud9 approach this? I think they need slightly better positioning here. It does look like best player is going to go for a lane cut up in the top side, push in on the top lane. But Lord's going to get shredded down, so hopefully they at least maybe get a tower push. As long as Cloud9 plays this safe and BTK doesn't make it, I mean, if BTK makes a huge mess up, it could still turn around. But Cloud9 should be able to survive this push unless somebody gets picked off early. Yeah, you know, but it's that window of opportunity is getting less and less, especially with Zia on this 1-1. Yeah, he's not stacked up in kills, but he's revved and ready to go. He's an engine waiting to be started for the side of the Bloodthirsty Kings. I mean, look at his items. He's sitting at 11K. Yeah, he's pumped up, he's fed, he's eating good, still bootless, still barefoot in the land of Dawn, because he don't need shoes to kick you in the face. He don't need shoes to get this off, and he's coming in on item number 6 of full damage. And speaking of damage, knocking on a window for Cloud9. Zia able to take down Cold World, best player, taking the inhibitor, hard guard, activated to keep them alive. The Lord at about 45% HP. Chicken still in the heart of the battle, bursted down by Nats. Looks like BTK not able to close it out with that Lord, forced out of the base, but you are going to see the split push from best player on the top side. Opens up the base for the Bloodthirsty King. Can he get out of there alive, though? The need for speed, hot pursuit on the way. Nats, though, there to keep him alive just in case, and it looks like he's able to escape back to safety. Yeah, didn't even need the Cyclone, didn't even need the speed boost. He's good, and honestly, in Cloud9's position right now, the fact that they're behind on gold, that is a win trade for them. They went inhibitor for inhibitor. Not only that, but they took out Fly Chicken as well. That is a huge win trade for Cloud9. They had 4 people in the base and were in the base and were able to defend. It just shows how good their siege defense is right now, because they didn't even have best player with them, and they took on 5 of ETK plus a Lord and only lost a member and a tower. Taking a look at the items now, I want to take a look at Basic, because it might be about time that he's going to really come online. He's got the BOD in, he's got the Malefic Roar, Hunter Strike, Halberd. He's got a lot of damage incoming, and he's got one more item as well. The big fault in that last push from Zia, he got the crossbow of Tang off, but they weren't close enough. He only took out Cold World. He wasn't able to make it multiply onto multiple members, and as long as Cloud9 can continue to do that, they'll be okay.
I'm seeing a Winter Crown picked up over there by Nass as well. Cold World almost spotted out of position, is able to extend that distance with the G Condone, a little bit of a flashy recall spam his way out. Basically trying to get some sniper damage. Rose Gold Meteor picked up by best player. We'll have a little bit of that shielding as well when he gets a little low in that HP. Now, I didn't catch Basic picking up a Wind of Nature that yet. I think he's going to get it for his last item, so he is going to have to be careful if Zia is able to proc that crossbow tank.
Definitely a possibility. And Zia also, I mean, with Zia having the Wind of Nature, he can really get aggressive here. He can survive a kick. He's already got, I mean, 1-1 already has a lot in her kit to be able to nullify CC and not get picked off, and the Wind of Nature just kind of adds to it. And we said it in the very beginning, this game could come down to these gold laners both picking up marksmans. I mean, what more could you ask for here? Basic up against Zia on not some estranged gold lane pick, but old school marksmans here. I like it.
Yeah, best player though. He's not going to fight on this Lord. He's going for the split push. Can he get it though? I don't know if he has enough time. Both sides find it out though. Demonic Force dropped down by Fried Chicken. Possibility to be able to take this Lord. Finish Rage dropping down. The passion to follow from Basic. Nats very low. Zia able to take him down. Split push from best player. Spotted out by Hoon. Not able to get the finish he was looking for. Marcutie taking a lot of damage.
He's still going. Best player still going. Best player still going.
Yeah, he's still going. Oh, wait a second. He's doing it!
Stop him.
He hit Hoon, though. He hit Hoon by accident, so he has to go back. And the minions are not in play as well. Both sides had a crazy stalemate. Man. Yeah, I don't know if they're going back. It's like, what are you doing? They're gonna go ahead and take this Lord. Mobazane is the one to claim that. Marcutie will find Zia. The cameraman's going crazy. Yo, credits to the cameraman, man. My guy was on both engagements, man. Fighting for their life, trying to close that game out. That was a risky play from best player, but now needs to get it away to safety. Able to do that with ease. I would say that was kind of worth it, though. I mean, he almost pulled it off. He needed maybe a little bit more of time, and I think he could have got the split push.
I just want to say it's 9 p.m. here Eastern time in the States. It's probably about 9, 8, 10 a.m. overseas. If you're just tuning in, we're here on game number 4, and it's back-to-back. Shark in a little bit of trouble. Lord marching down.
And quickly bursted out of the game by Cloud9 in the mid-river. Not even going to let it cross to their side of the map. Drawing the line this time around for game number 4. Hard guard activated on Zane Hoon. Quickly placing that on top of him. He's done great on these placements. Good reads on him to keep him alive through these engagements. But Trex, 18 minutes in. This is possibly our longest match of this entire 4 games today. And a potential stalemate between both teams with how late it is.
Okay, so I think what we got here is it's coming down to these two teams and their play styles, right? Cloud9, I think overall in all these games has won in overall map control. BTK has won in a lot of these big team fights, right? And I think BTK can continue to win in these team fights, but if Cloud9 can get that sneaky back door, can pull something off, it's gonna spell trouble. BTK has to find an answer to it. They gotta play it tight. They gotta be able to rush a Lord down quickly without someone getting around the back. And if someone does go around the back, they gotta push. They gotta either send 2 people home or they gotta hit the gas and try to look for that big wipe against those 4 members left over. It's definitely a toss-up. We're here at the 60K Gold Mine. Cloud9 about to get some of these final items locked in. They just got to buy a few more minutes, and then it's no longer a battle of gold leads, right? It is just a battle of skill here. Everyone maxed out. I don't think we've seen one of these games yet, and NACT go the distance like this.
No, this is the first, and a very close game indeed between both sides. Even though BTK had it heavily in their favor in the beginning, right now, the later this goes, the longer the respawn timers are, and the more even of a matchup it will become. It's going to boil down to who makes that mistake first. Everybody at full build right now. Winter Crown picked up over there by Marquiti for his final item. Keep in mind, Nats has it as well. We don't see a Winter Crown. Actually, we see one on the side of BTK over there by Fried Chicken.
They
but
don't
outside
need no
of that,
crowns.
there's an immortality though. There's one immortality on Zia.
Plenty of room to I mean, Zia has so much juggling space right now with the Wind of Nature, the Immortality, can bounce off, sell an item, pick up the Winter Crown, can juggle into a Gold Meteor. If he's able to pull all that off, he has a lot of juggling potential, and that's what comes with the Wanwan and not having to pick up the boots and whatnot. You have a lot of opportunity. Now they're starting to give Zia these orange buffs as well. I'm still waiting for that big crossbow of Tang, though, man. We've seen Zia pop it off. We saw it in the last Lord fight. He popped it off against Nats, was able to get the kill, but only got it on Nats. He hasn't been able to get the full barrage just yet, you know?
It's like when you're at a movie theater and you're waiting for the climax of the movie to happen, and we have yet to see it from Zia, but this may be the opportunity for that. They realize best players on the bot side, so they're going to go ahead and go in for this Lord play. A great decision. Zane will be able to get it with the Retribution. Both sides fight it out, though. The way the Dragon connects on the basic, forces to win the nature to save himself. Demonic Force dropping down Chicken.
Best player.
Far behind enemy lines. Hard guard activated, keep him alive by Hoon. Best player on the bot side, though. Split push may be able to take this inhibitor. I don't know if he has enough time. Nobody back there. Nats will find Fried Chicken, though. BTK quickly running back. If you look at Shark, he went there to match with best player on the bottom lane.
And now the Lore's just gonna get melted down again. I can't take it anymore, Weezy. Every time they send best player down, he takes the tower, Fried Chicken dies, and everything gets reset again. We're on 22 minutes right now. BTK does nothing with this Lord. And you know what that means, right? Cloud9 is winning right now. Whether you like it or not, they are in control of the game right now. BTK needs to find an answer to this quickly.
This is like watching David versus Goliath in live action right now. Cloud9 inching their way up the map piece by piece, turret by turret. Neon Blast, double set on the Cold Road on the Nats, but not an opportunity to deal some damage. Best player, though, almost caught out by MOBA Zane. Heart Guard, look at Hoon, ready to lock it on in case Zane needs the assistance, but not going to waste it. Yeah, right now, I mean, yeah, without BTK having the push potential to close this out, Cloud9 essentially is slowly winning this game in their favor, but it can all change in the blink of an eye. One Neon Blast for a setup and a crossbow tank could be the difference that BTK needs.
I think at this point, it might be time to maybe send Zia to the off lane. He's not getting any super big plays right now, and with best player taking off lane, they can still get the retry on the Lord, right? So I think they need to do something about the off lane. I think Zia, with the maneuverability, with the Wind of Nature, can kind of handle a possible best player. I know that looks like a lot of damage, but Zia can still dance around. So they got to find out some sort of answer to the long lane pushes that Cloud9 is bringing to this. I mean, they're in control of macro right now, and it's showing that it's coming out on top.
You know, it's funny because it's super late in the game now, but they have more turrets than BTK does now, which is kind of insane.
That's why they're winning.
Yeah, that's why they're winning right now. Just from and that was best player. He took the top inhibitor, and then he went and split push and took the bottom one on the Lord plays. I feel like this is a new Lord dance that we're seeing, right? They got rid of the old Lord dance and in with the new, where they burst it down in the mid-river instead and delay it to be able to have another Lord and another fight and buy some time.
Listen, I'm going to call NA out on this right now. This has always been the Lord dance, right? Long lane control is super important. This is like the key of macro, and BTK is showing they're having trouble against it. And this is something that we've seen happen a lot from certain teams. It's something that even though Basic might get his trash talk here and there, it's something that he does know and tries to implement, though maybe he doesn't always implement it amazingly. Right now, Cloud9 is using it perfectly, and now they have control over this Lord, and they're going to rush down.
No, they're rushing for it. They're going to just go straight in for it. Nipper is passing for pacing. They're not wasting any time. Best player ever get it. They just need to push back. They need to get back to safety. BTK on the chase. Zia wanting the crossbow of Tang Hoon. Even trying to apply some slow, but not able to get it. Cold World, a little bit of a G Kundo. They just need to push back. They have this Lord this time around. This may be another comeback for Cloud9 2 times in a row.
Is this gonna be the 3-1 that Nats was talking about? Is history being written right now? Did Nats tell us the truth yesterday?
Never question the Philippines. I think we're going to learn that the hard way. Nats predicting the 3-1 ending. Is this what he saw? Is this what he foretold? Or will BTK be able to prove him wrong? Look at the Lord slowly making his way on the top side.
Well, what makes that prediction even better is he didn't say 4-0. It wasn't just like an ego call. He was like, we'll go 3-1. And that's what might just happen right here as Cloud9 brings down the grip.
Yeah, bringing down the grip and holding it heavy. You are going to see the Lord still strong, still intact. Fried Chicken trying to hold off the side of Cloud9 from pushing into that inhibitor. Zane quickly bursting down this Lord. It has been bursted out of this game. Both sides find it out, though. Window of opportunity for BTK to win this engagement. Diver's passion goes out. Bulwark Shield trying to negate the damage. Look at Zia, though, getting over there. He's going to miss that Landshaker. It will go in for a possible way. The Dragon hits him with the G-Kundo, very low, forced to go back to safety, provided with the survivability, the heals on Hoon with this Angela, and they're able to delay yet another Lord. 25 minutes in, the longest game of the NACT fall season.
Zia is dancing right now. This man is all around the world pushing this Wanwan to its limits, but it just doesn't feel like enough right now. BTK able to defend. We're creeping into 30-minute territory soon. Next Lord, was that going to be Lord number 5? Lord number 6 is the next Lord, and that right there will most likely be the game ender. Who's going to be able to take it?
Yo, we're stepping into uncharted waters right now for the NACT fall season, right? I mean, we're seeing things we have yet to see before. Right now, the coin is being flipped yet again. And this is not even a grand finals. This is just round 2. A potential for a game 5, and BTK looking to earn their title. But Cloud9, they're putting up a fight as well. It's even Stevens.
And we did see some juggling from Zia earlier as well. Popped the Wind of Nature, sold it, picked up Rose Gold Meteor. Now we'll get the passive from that again. It's definitely not going to be easy to kill Zia. He just needs that one big crossbow tang, but we haven't seen it yet. And without it, I don't know if BTK can close the game. Without that one big wipeout, it's going to be tough. They have 2 options. Either that comes in, or we see that huge Numion blast, that big side stealth Numion blast has to come in, because without one of those 2 things, BTK might not be able to take this.
Best player going in, though, on the engagement up against Chicken. Zia, Shark, and Hoon heavily rotating together. Cold World trying to find the separation. They're going in for Chicken.
Chicken in
Looks
trouble.
like they're going to go in for the kill. He is in trouble. Hit with the G-Kundo in the way. The Dragon putting everything in on him. Hard guard activated, though. A misplay. Making best play needs to get out of there. He has the reputation for the team. Both sides fighting it out. Zia still too far behind to hit the crossbow tang. A close call, but neither side will find a casualty.
There is so much security on both of these teams. There's so much sustainability. Immortality's all over the place. We got heart guards coming in. We got shields, Flask of the Oasis, everything in the kit for BTK and Cloud9 as well. But Cloud9 is doing it off pure movement, man, pure grooves. Cold World looking for the pick to change the game.
Yep, look at best player rushing in, trying to find an opportunity to take this Lord back in his favor. Here comes Chicken through the mid-river. Also, Lord at about 25% HP. Zane in retry distance, may be able to get a hit away. The Dragon best player gets the retry. Will find the kill. Hard guard activated onto Zia. Looking for that crossbow tang. The popcorn is hot. It's popping. Nets